Miami Heat wins. But did they really? No, Butler a big problem in brutal matchup versus Boston opinion. The Miami Heat have been on a roll this season, with a strong record and high hopes for a deep playoff run. However, their recent matchup against the Boston Celtics proved to be a tough test for the team, and raised questions about their ability to compete at the highest level without their star player, Jimmy Butler. The Heat came into the game with a lot of confidence, riding a 5-game winning streak and looking to extend their lead in the Eastern Conference standings. However, the absence of Butler, who was out due to injury, proved to be a big blow for the team. Butler has been a key player for the Heat this season, averaging over 20 points per game and providing leadership on both ends of the court. Without him, the Heat struggled to find their rhythm and were unable to keep up with the Celtics. The game was a brutal matchup from the start, with both teams playing tough defense and trading baskets throughout the game. The Celtics, led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, were able to take advantage of the Heat's lack of firepower and build a lead early on. The Heat tried to rally in the second half, but their efforts were not enough to overcome the deficit. The absence of Butler was especially felt on the defensive end, where the Heat struggled to contain the Celtics' potent offense. Tatum and Brown were able to score at will, and the Heat's defense looked lost without their leader on the court. The Celtics were able to exploit mismatches and take advantage of the Heat's lack of communication on defense. Offensively, the Heat also struggled without Butler on the court. Their ball movement was stagnant, and they were unable to find open looks against the Celtics' tough defense. Without Butler's ability to create shots for himself and his teammates, the Heat's offense looked disjointed and ineffective. Despite the loss, there were some bright spots for the Heat in the game. Bam Adebayo continued his strong play, recording a double-double with 26 points and 10 rebounds. Duncan Robinson also had a solid game, scoring 15 points and hitting some key three-pointers to keep the Heat in the game. However, their efforts were not enough to overcome the Celtics' balanced attack. The loss to the Celtics raised questions about the Heat's ability to compete at the highest level without Butler. While they have a deep roster and talented players, Butler's absence was clearly felt in this game. The Heat will need to find a way to adjust and adapt without their star player if they hope to make a deep playoff run this season. In conclusion, the Miami Heat's loss to the Boston Celtics was a tough pill to swallow for the team and their fans. While they have shown they can compete with the best teams in the league, the absence of Jimmy Butler proved to be a big problem in this brutal matchup. The Heat will need to regroup and find a way to bounce back from this loss as they continue their quest for a championship.